Hey, I think I'm on day 27. You believe I've had this for 3.5 weeks now. So today was kind of a really slow day. I had a lot of commitments away from the house, so I only worked really hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. And honestly, I got done quite a bit more than I really thought I was going to do. I didn't work on finishing the wallpaper, but what I did do is vacuum. So I vacuumed almost all the walls downstairs, and it already looks 100% better. Didn't realize how terrible the walls were until you go to swiping up and swiping back down, and you just have a cleaner spot. But it looks really good. I'll show you the laundry room. Terrible. So here we are in the laundry room. We've always said that there's probably a dead animal maybe up in this vent because it has such a pungent, nasty odor. So this, I scraped with a flathead shovel 3 times. Like, I scraped it, got it all off, let it dry because it was really moist. Scraped it again, let it dry, and then scraped it again. And then I took like the little broom out there, it's a really hard bristle broom, and swept around everything. That's clean, by the way. That's as clean as I could get it with the broom and the vacuum. And then swept up the rest of this and then put it in the bucket, which really didn't come out to be a whole lot. That's it. It's really not a whole lot. And then I vacuumed a couple of times, vacuumed the walls and got all the nasty off. Now, without washing it, that's how clean as I could get it. It was really gross. So that's really the disgusting thing that I did today. Otherwise, everything, like all the walls in the bedroom here and the master, and in I didn't do the kitchen, but did the living room, the dining room, the bathrooms downstairs. And I have not made it up the steps yet because it's a little bit higher. I do have on my wand on the vacuum, I've got 3 heights. So I could probably get up pretty high, but I might have to have help holding the canister. So I'll probably end up doing that probably Monday or something when Felicia can come and help hold. Otherwise, the cabinet guy just came. He did a final measure. We kind of shuffled things around just a little bit to give me some more room on the refrigerator side. So probably cost will end up being about the same, but it's looking good. He also, by chance, as a part-time job, helps a friend of his that does carpet. And I did decide to do carpet upstairs only because if you hear this echo, that will reduce some of the echo. So he's going to give me a quote on that. So he's really good at pricing. So we'll see. Now, to the thing that everybody's waiting on, the squirrel. So yesterday I heard the squirrel. Today, have not heard a squirrel at all. I was here early. So there was no movement yesterday or this morning, no movement this afternoon. I did, once I got videotaping yesterday, I did hit a squirrel twice. I was sitting on the bucket when I got videotaping and I uploaded it and I put my phone down, was just looking around and just happened to look up and there was a squirrel dead in front of me on the grass, just minding his own business, eating an acorn, because there's thousands of them out there. And I shot at him, and I guess it whizzed his head, and he ran over to the fence post, jumped up on the fence, and shaking his head, and shaking his head, and shaking his head like I had hit him. And it gave me enough time to reload the pellet gun and aim for him and get him, and he did fly off, but then he just scampered down. So it was probably, a delayed death. Sorry about that, but oh well. But I haven't heard anything. So hopefully I got the one that has been taking up residence. Now I will tell you this too, as excited as I've been that I have not heard anybody upstairs or in the floor between the 2 stories. When I pulled up, there was a squirrel in the front tree and I stared him down, and he jumped on the roof and ran across the roof and came back down, and I stared at him again, and I'm not quite sure, but I have a feeling that they know good things don't happen when I show up. So maybe I just scared them all off. One thing that was suggested, and I did look this up, is that we fumigate the attic before we actually cover up, because they don't like pungent odors. So if we fumigate the attic, fumigate the house all at one time while the guys are here, and if anybody comes running out, then we put the board up on top and put a piece of metal over it, that corner, just to kind of safeguard the corner of the eaves. It's kind of a good idea. So chalk it up to Amarai for that idea. So we may do that. If I don't hear another one, then we may do that. But I did look up fumigating and if it was effective for squirrel removal. And honestly, all these things that came up that said, oh, mothballs and urine odors from predators and blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to tell you what, mothballs don't work, because there are mothballs in this ceiling and this house smells like mothballs. It is gross, and it is why we have the windows open all the time. And no, mothballs don't work. And then I found another website that just said apple cider vinegar or something like that would work. So I don't know. I think we're going to dispel that and just maybe fumigate if I hadn't already killed him. So hopefully I killed him. But anyway, no squirrel hunting today. Didn't really get any. Didn't see any to shoot. Sat out there for a few minutes, but I really got to get busy in the house. So I got painters coming in a week. So I've got to make sure that I'm ready for them to come. So a very short day tomorrow morning, and then hanging out with the grand. So we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.